This is how it is today on Pop Culture Minefield. This is how it is today. This is how it is today on Pop Culture Minefield.
That
It's Monday.
that was one that I haven't heard in a long time. I like it.
So this is interesting. This is
Care to share?
really, yeah, I will in a sec. Hold on. Bill is live right now. And he's rearranging his living room for Christmas. He's doing this live. And I just feel like commenting, hard up for content. Hard up for content there, Bill?
Who's Bill?
Skywatcher.
Yeah.
Oh,
Otherwise, I got to call the doctor and cancel.
and
the
then he's
doctor
got
and
the
cancel
screen.
Well, he has a
You ain't going
camera
to the doctor the
in
week
the
of
other
Christmas.
room. Can you guys hear me? I'm talking.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So he was in the other room cleaning up for Christmas, like picking up shit. Whiskey bottle.
You are.
I shit you
You
not.
are.
He picked up a whiskey bottle.
You really are.
Is he mad at someone?
No, he's talking to his mom.
Holy shit.
Yeah, his
Remember?
mom's got to the doctor.
What can I do? Force her?
Oh, she's
This is
arguing
bad.
with him.
This is really bad.
Oh, not good.
Yes, not easy to convince a mom to go to the doctor. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
That is so fucked up.
Okay.
And I'm letting him know you're live on our
Yeah.
channel.
I don't
I
think
made him
he should be
laugh.
left doing that.
I made him laugh. There we go. I love Bill. I just pop in on his channels every once in a while he's streaming. He's fun.
Ah, yeah.
Like he does his gaming stream and shit.
And
love
the sky watching, and he bought a complete kit for making stereo and 360 degrees videos. And he goes on trails and he's filming the whole thing. Is awesome.
Yeah, I love his bicycle, the way it's set up. I've many a time when he streamed on his bicycle. Okay, we are getting back to our show.
Whoops. I'm making typos even in Bear.
I rescheduled for January.
Why
Fifth.
did I just get a community standards one?
And I had her go on the phone. I said that she was sick. I hate lying.
I don't.
To cover her.
Well, are you lying?
But
all right, I'm going
I had them talk to her. She has to go. She's not dressed.
Okay.
All right,
Hello,
I'll close it.
Sonori. And apparently you beat Gambit the First yet again. He better reconsider that name.
I don't know if we even have a show tonight. I don't think I've seen anything from Don or Mark. Let me go look see if we've got a show tonight.
Yes, I'm gonna let this message up for a while because yes. Welcome to the Minefield and Merry Christmas, everybody. We're a few hours away.
Harry
Yay.
Fishnets.
I didn't even know about this show until I checked it this morning because I checked it last night before I started my show at 6 o'clock and it wasn't even up. So
Yeah, we just haven't set it up yet.
I had to watch it on 2 times speed this morning after dropping Mom off.
Well, surprise.
Yeah,
I'm
good
sorry.
to know.
Just so
But
you know,
yeah, the
next week we'll
subtitle.
be doing 1941.
Oh my God.
We have it all planned out
1941.
until like January 6th, I think. We have all
Classic.
shows planned, just not set up yet.
Don't say that date. Oh,
What?
That's my brother's birthday. What's wrong with that date?
yes.
Oh, I
really?
forgot. It's Insurrection Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, 6. My birthday is the 3rd. So we're in the same week. Nice.
When that shit happened, my brother said, "Great, my birthday's going to be remembered as Insurrection Day now."
What is Insurrection Day?
Okay. Oh, Anima.
Oh,
yeah.
let's not get into it. She doesn't want
Yeah.
to know.
No,
Okay.
don't.
You don't
Doesn't
want to
wanna
know.
know.
The show.
We don't
After
want to
the show.
talk about it because then we're going to be talking about it for an hour. So yeah.
Okay.
I would much rather put my industrial massager. So
Oh
it
my God.
says, do you use that on your pecker? And I'm like, no, it would rip it off. No, this is like a deep muscle massager. It feels like a fist going into your butt. Now, some guys might like that.
Well-
I don't know.
Well,
But-
do not forget to not
Bro.
plug it into the 220 volts.
It took our doctors hours to get the smile off his face.
I hadn't noticed that Animus Avatar is the head of the Germans officer.
Don't let Richard Gere know about that that massager, bro.
But it
Wait a
fits,
minute.
Martin. We share a name,
Hold on.
Daniel. And I.
No, it's on my screen. You are the Grinch.
Yeah, but I'm in place of Daniel Brühl's head. That's what he meant.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was
So
like,
what you're
that's
saying
weird
is
we're
the
doing
the
that.
German officer is the Grinch? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Kinda.
So this
No, he's-
arm is not just Army today because of the holiday. We have Pope Metallicus here today. Very happy to
Yes, sir.
see you, buddy.
Good to be back. You know, glad I had the day off so I could come hang out with you guys.
Good.
That was sweet. We appreciate it, man. Love seeing you.
Hey,
Or
Gam.
your avatar.
Well,
There's
Ah,
Gambit. Late as usual.
Gambit the Second. You have been rechristened, Gambit.
How many firsts do we have on this show? Metallica.
It used to be Gambit.
Gambit the
Yeah.
first.
Now it's Snortopupus.
I'm Gary the Second. Now Gert.
I'm Joe the Third.
No, you're Gary the asshole. That's who you are.
Everybody with that name's been in the U.S. Army at some point in their life.
You say everybody, and immediately the song pops into my head. Everybody was a kung fu fighting.
Those kicks were fast as lightning.
Fucking love that song, dude.
It's
And
awesome.
the movie. And the
I-
movie
I
that it
re-
was used in.
Mhm.
Are we doing a Christmas karaoke show?
That movie is
We should.
No.
what was that movie
Fuck
called,
no.
dude?
I
Oh
don't
my
know.
god.
I just
the
know
black
the hit
guy-
song.
The black guy that plays the antagonist. He's not really a villain, he's an antagonist. Is the same dude that played friends with Bruce Campbell in Briscoe County.
Let's go down that rabbit hole then.
You do. You go there.
I do believe it was either Tim or Andrew that did this Santa Claus for me. That's actually my face of Santa.
I think it was Andy Morrow.
Yeah, I think so too.
I
You're
just
not
said it
talk-
was either Andy. It was either Andy or it's Tim.
And
That's
we
what I
think it
said.
was Andy. That's what we said.
I know you're
Yeah,
not
but-
talking about The Last Dragon. which
No.
is-
That's the movie, The Last Dragon. I fucking
I don't
love
think
that.
Jesus Christ.
everybody was kung fu fighting is in that movie. I don't think they
Oh, it
used
was.
it in that flick. No, it's mostly Motown tunes in that flick, dude. Yeah. Barry Gordy made that movie.
Yep, Barry Gordy. Julius Carey. He died in 08. He was this character. Let me see if I can find it. There it is.
Shonuff, the
There it
Shogun
is.
of Harlem.
Oh my God. You too? Oh.
I found it.
Oh, I've got it right here if you need it.
Well, I've got it pulled up.
Yeah.
And I'm on the other screen right now. I'm not in our studio.
Okay.
That
Oh.
movie is me repellent.
Where is it? Did you say I came back to our studio? I don't see you were sharing anything.
Here, I'll share it. Hang on. I didn't know you want me to.
Let's see if
Here we go.
who wins. Let's see who wins.
Sure.
I won,
Cool.
but I'm going to show yours anyway.
That's him. Shonuff,
him.
the Shogun of Harlem.
That is, it got panned, but man, people, it's got a huge.
It is a cult classic. I love this
That
movie.
is.
It's awesome.
I do too.
Yep.
And
Good
then-
for you.
Whoever made it, yes, they're a Bruce Lee fan because it's a tribute to Bruce Lee, but they're definitely a fan of the first Superman movie with that Richard Donner made because the bad guy in it is basically Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Lex Luthor. He's got a Miss Tessmacher. He's got a monster he feeds in a tank and all that shit. I'm telling you,
Oh my goodness. Do
So
love
the-
that fucking movie.
it's great. Yeah.
Okay.
What?
I hate that movie. It's so ridiculous.
Well, you go ahead and hate that movie.
Yeah, you hate it all you want.
Oh.
Hate it all you want because it's awesome.
More power to you, man. But
Hey,
that's-
man, if you're a Bruce Lee fan, you can't help but love
That's
that
the
movie.
80s
Every
Yasuke.
costume, every costume the kid wears is a costume from a Bruce Lee movie. He wears nothing but costumes from Bruce Lee movies in it.
Another actor who did that was the girl with the big nostrils when she played Beatrix Kiddo.
Yeah, that's true.
just the one.
The yellow one with the stripe.
Yeah, the Game of Death outfit. Yeah. Mhm. But the kid in
Well,
in
let's
the movie
get
we
into
were
the
talking
history.
about, yeah,
Yeah. Well, I like that kid.
he wears them
Um,
all.
So let me get into this, Gambit. Before you start blathering, cutting and pasting, I will go ahead and get into this because the historical event was actually one that was kind of written off the books, and the all the senior officers and command were freaked out by what happened. And they said, you don't get to do this. And basically, the Germans even considered shooting him, but there were too many. There were 200 men involved. And the movie doesn't show all the men. It's like, but then again, they shot this on a modest budget. So it was like a $22 million film. You're not going to get to see all the fucking soldiers that would actually have been there. We got about 1/4 of what was actually there on that scene. And but they did a fairly good job recreating it. There's a lot of problems historically in the film, but in the spirit of what happened, it's fairly accurate. And I think they did a fantastic job of capturing that spirit by creating fictional characters instead of using historical ones. The incident was not started by a singer walking up with a Christmas tree in his hand. Did not happen. In fact, there was no male singer there like him, an opera singer, or female, much less.
That's
but
to say, yeah, that seemed a little over the top. A chick being on the front lines.
well, it did happen though, and that's
Mm.
why it was in there, because what he decided to do was take separate incidents that happened and put them all into this one story.
Oh,
And so the things that do occur in the film that seem like that didn't happen there did happen during the war. Now, I will point out that there weren't very many women that visited the front lines, but there were women that did visit. In fact, if they were close to a village, comfort girls, that's what they were called, would show up.
Yep.
And
We're just not going to use the real word for those.
well,
Yeah.
some of them weren't seeking money; they were seeking food more than anything, because there was a lot of starvation there near the lines. And but the film is fairly historically accurate. It's hysterically accurate. That's my brain. Fuck you.
it works though. It works though.
Good morning, 11 Alpha. Good morning, Penny. Glad everybody's here. Well, four of you guys are here. It's morning. It's the week of Christmas. We're lucky we have anybody here.
Yeah, for sure. They're all doing their last minute shopping.
Yep. And I wrote a crap load of notes. So let me see if
I do have a
find my
question
notes.
for you because you know I'm short on time. I'm going to be out of here in half an hour, but I do want to ask you. That's Baron von Zemo is the German, right? And then that's
Yes.
and the guy next to him, the French officer. That's the. I'm pretty sure that's the guy in Yellowstone that plays the young Costner. The young.
I don't know. This is a French
Patriarch.
actor.
No, he looks a lot like him, but no,
I was
that's
fixing
not
to say he looks dead ringer for him, man. He really does.
it. And you've got Daniel Bruhl in this, which is really good because he is, as you know, part of the Marvel universe.
Yes.
And in fact, he was in
Baron
one of
von
my
Zemo.
favorite films.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
he was in one of my favorite films. I liked his character. Now, the one thing I noticed quickly when I watched this movie the first time, beautiful Diane Kruger. I fucking love her. She is so gorgeous. And what's his name? Benno Fürman, that plays
Yeah.
Nicholas
Fürman.
Fürman. They are not doing their own singing, even though they did a fantastic job of this is not gay. Proper mouth movement and the way you hold your lips when you're singing that way. You don't just open your mouth; you actually purse your lips inward when you
I
make.
noticed
mouth.
right away that was dubbed.
But the tongue
Right away.
didn't look right. It didn't move correctly. And the other thing, which I talked to Anima about when we watched it yesterday together, is that there's no distended veins. And when you're singing that way, you get distended veins. It's common. It's not like, oh, some people don't. No, if you're singing opera, your veins will stick out on your neck. And none of that was happening. So I knew immediately these are dubbed. And I'm like, who the fuck did that? So we went and looked, and guess who knows these people?
Not you.
That were her. Anima knows them.
I know.
She's
She
worked
knows
with-
everybody in serious music.
Yep. Doesn't know like Gene from Kiss.
I said
But
serious music.
Martin, she doesn't
No,
mean
Ted,
I know who they
no.
are. I know them personally. I
know.
celebrated with them. I drank with them.
That's-
I did say that.
I
I said
know.
you worked with them.
Yeah.
This is an
They're
annoying
so cool.
conversation.
Sorry, I just came back out of phone call.
Let's see. It starts with the French kid. Why didn't you tell me before you took that?
Don't.
Dude, I have no choice.
Don't. Both of you, behave. Let's do the show.
It starts with the French kid being at the front of the class. Well, it's not just French kids. They go through all of them. And
Yeah.
the horrifying one was the kid in the British school.
The British one, yeah. He's
Mm.
talking about, yeah.
But this
Oh,
is-
God.
And even the bishop, would you hear him later?
Mm.
At the end of the film, when he's speaking,
Oh yeah.
That was really their fucking sentiment as a nation. Germans must be killed to the last man or child.
That
They
is
must
so
be
fucked up.
wiped off the planet. And I'm like, holy fucking shit. And all because there are other things involved, but what really triggered it was the invasion of Belgium, because the United Kingdom, had a treaty with Belgium, and they were had distinct specific assets with Belgium at the time. And invading Belgium not only broke the treaty, but it also, they were trying to take money from Britain. And back then they were still quite imperialistic. And they wanted their fucking Belgium. So, and then some ass named Archduke Ferdinand got smoked by the luckiest assassin on the planet.
Yeah.
You guys know the story there.
Yep. That's one of those odd little historical moments where nothing went right and somehow they accomplished the mission anyway.
Anyway, so he takes a shot, but the gun doesn't go off. And then he takes off running, and the car drives down the wrong street and has to back up. And when it backed up, there's the assassin sitting at a cafe table, working on his pistol, and he got it working. And he stood up and fucking shot them. Like, fucking shitty drivers, right? Am I right? Crappy fucking chauffeur. Got him killed.
If only there'd have been an asset protection guy there to stop the
Asset
shooting.
protection, right?
No, I mean, have you seen the video about the security guard at the Walmart to stop that kid from shooting a cop in the back?
That one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That
Guy didn't have a
was
round
ballsy.
chambered, and he paid for it. He's lucky that cop didn't wheel around.
I
and kill
could
him.
not believe all of the videos this last few days that have been coming out of people trying to take advantage of situations and getting fucking smoked for it.
Yeah.
Or beat the shit out of.
Yeah, that's what happened to him. He got the
We
shit
call
beat out of
that
him.
playing stupid games and winning stupid prizes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
FAFO.
That's right, FAFO. Fuck around and find out. And I'll tell you what, that shit that happened over there in Australia, they should fire every cop. Every cop that was on that beach, just gone. Get rid of them, because they did nothing. And their Australian news is like, they were in a firefight. Every single cop on video is hiding.
It's a shame.
While citizens
are taking on the gunman. I was showing a video of one of
got
them last
murdered
night.
doing it. He almost got that gun away from that guy. And he fell on the ground, and the guy got back up, recovered his weapon from him, and shot him. And I think his wife too.
Yeah. And if you keep watching that video, there's another guy that goes up between two cars and gets one of them and takes his gun from him.
He tackles him. He is shot twice. And from what I read, the guy was shot by cops.
Wow.
I don't know if that's totally true, but that's what I read.
I know in the video, he puts the rifle up against an electric pole and puts his hands up because he doesn't want to get shot, because he takes it from the gunman. Oh,
yeah.
He did get shot though.
Yeah, by cops.
I didn't see it in the video. I didn't see it.
Because the cops couldn't
Australia-
tell that he's not the shooter. It's fucked up.
Australia News reported, and I'm talking about the not reliable news, and like ABC News in Australia, and some of them, they're just horrible. The only good news source in all of Australia is Sky News. They're the only ones you can rely on for getting the truth. And I do believe it was Sky News where I first read that he was shot by the police.
Wow.
Like, hiding behind the car allows you to not see who the bad guy is. That's why that happened. I guarantee you. Because they were so busy hiding, trying to avoid being shot, not giving a shit about their citizens. Oh, I fucking hate those cops over there right now. Because they're not cops. They're not. They're
But anyway, let's talk about something joyous on Christmas.
Yeah.
Let's talk about war.
Yeah. War.
Well
on
done,
Christmas
Joe.
time.
People die in this movie.
I know they do. It's a shame too.
We actually watch one character's brother die on his back as he's trying to get him to safety.
Yeah.
No,
when
he
you
doesn't
look
die
at his-
on his back. He's still alive when he leaves him, and that's why he hates himself so much.
He was shot and mortally wounded.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I know,
No.
but
He
he
died
says that
seconds later.
Shut the fuck up. He says that later in the movie. I wasn't there when he was dying.
Yeah.
I left him to die alone.
He was
Well-
he was live long enough to tell his brother, "Go and save yourself." Leave
Yeah,
me."
he told him to leave. Nobody's going to get out of here
Yeah.
alive. That's what he told him. He was like, "Get out of here," you know. But they did have to show the horrors of war for the event that happens to be more powerful. They had to show that.
Yep. In fact, without that scene, the film wouldn't have had the impact
No,
because you needed to see how horrible it is. And that's one thing I tell people all the time. If you're going about making an anti-war film, it's going to be garbage.
Yeah.
What you want to make is the most realistic war film you can. Just show the truth.
that's
And that is
anti-war
about as
right there.
anti-war as
Yeah.
you need to be.
Mhm.
Because
Yep.
it's horrifying.
Yep.
So I'm looking at the chat. I guess I fumbled the plot. Yeah, way to go, Gambit. I guess that's why I do the show and you don't.
Jesus Christ.
I'm kidding you, buddy. I'm kidding you. We love having you in the chat. I would refer to you as one of our favorite assets for following up on stuff, and it's just fun to pick on you. That's all.
Another part that was kind of scary was that the part in the trench with the French officer. My God, there was a bunch of dudes got shot right in front of him. I mean, that's what saved him.
But that-
Basically, was a pile of bodies.
Oh my God, the pile of
Yeah.
bodies. And
Mhm.
that last one, the serene look on that young man's face as he turned
Yeah.
and looked at him and he was dead. You
Mhm.
know he was dead. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh my God, that has to hit you hard.
Woof. Well, he was definitely stressed from it. You saw every time he left his little bunker there, he was throwing up. I mean, you know, he was already freaked out.
I love these colorized photos.
Yeah. Now, what languages are the credits in?
Oh no,
Nations.
Alpha, just
French.
to let you know,
French. Okay.
none of the characters' names are from anybody real. The
Yeah,
only
these are all
real
fictional
person
characters. Yeah.
in this film is the prince and the mentioning of his
Wilhelm?
father, Kaiser Wilhelm.
The prince is
Yeah,
the guy
just
that the singer goes to see,
Every
right?
trace
Yeah.
of Germany, of the Hun.
Mm.
And that's always been weird to me
Mhm.
because my grandfather, who was traumatized during the war, he was a trench fighter. And he talked about just his hatred of the Hun, the Germans. He fucking hated them. And I always tell people on Armistice Day, they were told the sergeant showed up. He was like Sergeant Schultz, a fat guy that just was always hiding when combat would start. He would disappear into the bunker. And they even considered fragging him at one time. They drew lots to do it, but they ended up not doing it. And
What wall
But
is
he-
that, by the way, Gary? What wall is that?
I have no idea what that is.
I think it would be part of the wall that the Romans
Romans
in-
built, because that is an ancient wall, and this is Scotland.
in Scotland. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So, but I don't know the name of the wall.
I
But
got you.
anyway,
Well, if that's
Just
in
curious.
Scotland,
I've seen it a
that's
couple of
Hadrian's
times, and I just didn't know.
Wait,
It's
wait,
in
Anima?
Scotland.
Anima?
wall. That's Hadrian's Wall in Scotland.
Ah.
The Romans built that.
Okay.
Because even the Roman couldn't with the Scots. They said,
Yeah.
no, we're not going there. Those guys are crazy.
Look, man, they don't wear underwear. They're flailing their genitals at everybody. Yeah, we don't need to be messing with those people. No.
In that inclement weather.
Right? They're out of their minds.
And they're playing bagpipe.
This
Look, this
Those are-
guy's all excited because they're going to war.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and
dude,
he's the one
really?
who kicks the bucket.
Yeah. And of course, the
The
minister
little
is
one.
just
He's still a
he-
kid. Still a
That's
kid.
kind of a
and-
that's kind of a foreshadowing there when he throws open the door and tells him to come on. It blows out all the candles.
Oh,
You know.
good eye. I didn't notice.
Oh yeah, they show it. Look, and the minister notices it right behind him. He looks at all those candles behind him
All
being
right,
blown
just
out.
to point something out real quick. People have debated this, and I said the answer is in front of you. That statue is only in a Catholic church. He's a Catholic priest, not Anglican.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, they do the sign of the cross, which
Mhm.
Anglicans don't do. So he is a Catholic priest. And it's odd that they decided that because the fact that Scotland is 90% Anglican. Okay. And so 10% of Scotland was Catholic, not very much. But it's there for a subtle reason. The reason is that France was predominantly Catholic, and in World War One, they were still at about 50% Catholic. There were a lot of Catholics in those trenches. So you had Catholics killing Catholics, all of them each asking God to help them win. And that is a subtle little thing that he threw into this film that I don't know if anybody really notices. That it was Catholic versus Catholic in this film.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why all of them, except for, the Jewish officer, even though he did sit down there with them in front of the altar. But the fact is they all wanted this moment, and making it Catholic was a subtle statement by the film that I don't know if any of you guys caught.
No, I'm not that into the lore of the church in this movie. No.
Yeah,
What I thought was strange was how close these trenches were to each other. That was, I don't know if that's for dramatic effect in the movie or what.
Well, if you look at the drawings of it, it's one of the drawings I remember seeing as a pen and ink that showed that they really weren't very far apart.
Wow.
And
that's crazy.
Here it is, open. Here's Martin, I'm going to send these links. You can share them if you want to.
I don't.
That's one of the drawings. Technically, this isn't a drawing. This is a painting. Just because it's in black and white doesn't mean it's a fucking drawing.
It's nice.
Okay, let me share. Come on.
Come on. Don't forget to pause the slideshow.
Okay, pause.
See, there's a color version of that painting.
There you go.
It's pretty cool. That's a cool painting.
Yeah, here's one of them that shows how close together they were. Open image in the window. But I'm looking for the specific drawing that I remember seeing when I was in school. It looks more like they had, in the movie, it looks like they were using about 30 yards when it's actually closer to about 100 yards apart. Like the length of a football field. It's still fucking close.
It is. Yeah, it's really close.
Image and new tab. So I'm going to now share my screen. And by the way, that is a color painting, and I'll pull up the color one so you can actually see. Open image in new tab. All right.
Cameron says, "Do it now.
Do it. Do it now." All right. Here's the painting, Martin. I just added it if you want to put it up on screen.
Do I want to? No. Do I have to?
And it does not look. It doesn't look. It looks like it's painted like a watercolor, but I can see that. I don't know. Maybe
That's
this is
not
watercolor.
watercolor. That's not watercolor, buddy.
It could be, though. I'm looking at this because it's building from white to dark, very specifically. And I looked at this, the shoulder of the German there with the box His shoulder at first I thought was light on dark, but it's not. It's dark, building from dark to light. So it's so hard to tell because you can do something akin to watercolor with acrylic,
Mhm.
but you can tell the difference if it is
Definitely mooded
dark
tones
and
there.
built to light.
Mhm.
But if you build from light to dark, it's always watercolor. So let me stop sharing. I'll bring up another one. Share screen. Here we go. This shows you the distance, this painting.
Wait. There you go. You could easily paint an AT-AT in the background.
And that in the background. Oh my God. I love one of the Afghan valleys.
Wow.
There's photos of Marines firing down into the valley. And down in the valley, they have two AT-AT walkers walking through the valley that they're shooting at. It's fucking funny.
Space Yahtzees, look out.
So in this one, you can definitely tell it's closer to, I guess, 75 yards from these Scottish soldiers in the foreground and over to the German line where they're holding up the Christmas trees.
Yeah.
And I'd say that's 75 yards. If I'm gauging correctly, I think that's what that distance is. So really, they were in close quarter, but
Wow.
they make them closer than that in this movie. They're more like 30 yards apart.
Yeah, and that just seemed like way too close to me. Oh.
It was too close.
Yeah.
But budget.
There you go.
And so I do like that one. Let me see if I can get this other one here. This is one I saw when I was in school. And I've decided to do it this way. So I can switch the image that way. And it wasn't until later that this story was discovered because all the fucking enemy militaries hid this story because they were afraid that it could affect the civilians back home that were supporting this war. Each country. I'm like, that's crazy.
You see what Alpha's talking about there with the officer designation?
Hold on, I'm trying to read what you're saying here. So let me go back. I missed some of this stuff, buddy. Hold on.
No, go back. I think we can.
So Anglican equals Church of England, Presbyterian Church of Scotland. Okay. Then the filmmakers should not have called their fake officer an IR-93 officer. None of the IR-93, LAIR-93, or RIR-93. The only infantry regiments with 93 as their number recruited in the Catholic area. That's interesting.
And the last statement he said he's sorry, he's peeved, but he's an author of a history on it. So
Don't worry, man. I totally understand. There's a lot of anachronisms in this film, and
that's what happened when you don't hire the correct.
Well, a lot of these were also creative decisions to do
Can
these.
we go back to the slideshow? Because we're super late on that.
Can you let me do my job?
I'm just saying we're super late.
I might not be done with this because I am not talking about the movie right now. I'm talking with Alpha or reading what Alpha had to say. And now might be a good time to do it now that I finished that. Smart ass. Yeah.
I feel the love here at Christmas time. I'm feeling
she's
the
a
love.
lover. And I am really picking at her.
It's a
that
pity.
guy, I'm telling you, he's a dead ringer for the dude that plays young Costner.
Dude,
what's his name? John
he even reminds me of the guy in Top Gun Maverick, the son of Goose.
Oh, really? Nah.
Oh yeah, the guy that played in that drum movie.
Yeah. What's his name again?
It escaped me, man. And Teller, the last
Miles
name is
Teller, maybe.
Oh yeah, Miles.
Yeah,
Miles
Teller. That's the guy.
I think he looks more like Josh Lucas, man. He really does.
Well, yeah, Josh Lucas is the guy who played Costner as a young man. He
And-
nailed it too.
Yeah,
He
did.
even started talk like Costner.
Here he is. He's getting sick before he can even leave the door to go outside. He's getting sick. And I'm not bagging on him for it. I'd be fucking throwing up too if I knew I had to go out there and fucking get shelled and shot and
Right.
Good Lord.
I do
Or
know they did a
gas.
good job on the uniforms.
Yeah. That shot right there could be confused with the Civil War in the United States right there.
Yeah. The
Really
uniforms are
good.
somewhat similar.
Yeah, and by the way, they didn't start using gas. Alpha, you check my information here. I think it was 1915 is when they started using gas. This is 14.
Yeah, man. I
Looking
don't-
like about to say, "Fuck."
right? Fuck this shit. I don't know if you've ever seen one of my favorite movies. Brad Pitt is in it. It's called Legends of the Fall. That probably has the worst gas attack scene I've ever seen in one of these World War I movies, man. Have you ever seen that one? Where his younger brother gets killed? He gets caught up in the wire and he's been hit with mustard gas and he can't see shit. Oh, it's just horrific, dude. Ugh.
So if you guys didn't know this, near the end of the war, it was in 1918. The United States introduced the Model 97 pump shotgun, and it was a
Oh.
beast in trench warfare.
A trench
And the
clearer,
Germans-
you might say.
The Germans said that if they catch anyone with this shotgun, they'll execute him. And they thought, well, that'll end that. And the United States said, you execute one shotgunner, and we will kill every German we capture. That ended that argument.
Yep, pretty much.
There's
Yeah, that's a
somebody
dead
took
man
that
right
day.
there, folks. Oof.
God damn, that moment.
Yeah.
That is so chilling.
There's homeboy carrying his
Oh.
brother.
I got thumbs up of approval from Alpha.
The historian has approved your message.
Uh,
All right, I gotta go, guys. Enjoy talking about this movie. It's very cool, but it's definitely
All right,
it
brother.
takes liberties with history. It does.
please say hi to your mom for us.
I will, man.
Yes.
We're actually going shopping for last minute gifts, so I won't.
Only
be
for
back.
Gary and Anima. Nobody else.
Nobody else. Pope Martin.
No,
Yeah.
they're not
You know-
allowed. No.
All right.
You know what?
Merry
dude?
Christmas, one and all. If I don't see you before then, take care.
I hope you make it back. I hope you make it
Hey,
back.
man. Hey,
Okay.
Bye.
Merry Christmas.
I hope he joins us on Wednesday.
Me too. But I do want to point out that Anima was a little disturbed by the brother's behavior with
Well,
his
he
brother.
kisses him on the mouth, and that is unusual.
That's
between-
actually, I don't know. Look, I find Italians really fucking weird. Okay, and the French too, with all this crap. So maybe it was a tradition in that family. I don't know, but as long as it's not an open mouth kiss, I'm not gonna freak out.
Come on. No, you don't have to go there. The fact that you can doesn't mean you must.
But I have to. It's me. I didn't get
Fight
the
it.
nickname Captain Inappropriate for nothing. But I do. It's heartbreaking that he's gonna die. There's no way he's surviving, and he's got to lay out there in that fucking cold and die alone.
I mean, he caught another bullet as his brother was carrying him. He got shot in the
Yeah,
back.
he got shot in the back.
And he was already fucked up, so he's dead.
And then you get.
I love this guy, by the way. Gary Lewis, if you are a fan of British cinema and television, you know who this guy is, man. I fucking love him as an actor. He plays a chaplain, but he's also got the medical cross on his shoulder. And like one of my favorite, I love the film Billy Elliot. He plays the dad in Billy Elliot, which is a great little Scottish film. What is that kid's name? He's grown up now. Fuck, man. Jamie Bell. Jamie Bell was in that movie when he was a kid, and his dad, disapproving as he was, began to finally support his son wanting to be a dancer. But I think he also, in the end, had to accept the fact that he was also probably gay. And probably, yeah. But he's also in Valhalla Rising, which is another film I like, and Gangs of New York, man. He plays McLoin in Gangs of New York, and that is a fucking movie right there. It's one of my favorite Martin Scorsese films. And I love the fact that he got Peter Gabriel involved again in one of his soundtracks.
I have contradictory position with that movie. I like the story very much, but I don't like how it looks. It looks so artificial, so made on a set.
They had to build that location. So there you go. So the singers, by the way, that Anima worked with and knew personally is Rolando Villazon. Is that it?
Rolando Villazon and Natalie Dessay.
Yeah. So it's really neat to find out that my woman fucking knows those two singers that were used in this film. And then you got Danny Boone, who plays Ponchel, he's one of the tragic characters in this film. And Frank Witter plays Jorg. Stephen Robertson is a tragic character in that he can't let go of his hate.
Yeah, and he kills
and the irony, he kills a friendly, thinking it's the enemy. He had to get some blood, and he got it, but it was the wrong fucking guy.
One of the Frenchies kills a medic too and gets shit from his officer.
Yep, that happened all the time.
Another person that's in this film that I love is Ian Richardson. He plays the bishop.
Well, yeah, when he didn't kill him, he shot him, the stretcher man. But you have to give it to the guy. There was a freaking dense fog. You can only see silhouettes. He doesn't see the badge, the medical insignia.
Well, the other guy saw it. His officer.
No, it was the it's not enough. That was the singer.
No, the officer giving him shit for shooting at a medic. He saw that he was a medic.
Yeah, it was. And by the way, the officer is also a great fucking actor. Good grief, they have some seriously good actors in there. And the guy who plays the commanding officer of the Scottish unit, he has been in quite a few movies. And one of my favorites that he was in is a film that Anima also remembers and loves. It's a film she didn't forget, Prayer for the Dying.
Fuck off.
No, I'm actually excited about that, Sal. Like, I love it when you remember a movie. I made a couple of, I didn't say the name of the film, but started to describe the film, and you went, A Prayer for the Dying. And I got like super excited. I'm like, sure, love that movie enough that she remembered it. The Royal Scots Fusiliers, a lowland regiment, would probably have been about 80% Presbyterian, 20% Catholic, based on its recruiting areas. Gotcha. Oh, that's kind of cool to know. Now, I did notice that some of them were wearing tam o' shanters, Alpha. What was that about? Were they a specific unit? Hardly need photos of your wife's face. This is because he lost his wallet that had the one photo of his wife. And he's despondent over this. But don't worry, this little tiny story bit has a payoff later.
A lovely one.
For a moment, that payoff scared me.
Why?
Because I thought he was the one who had killed the wife. When he changes his expression, when he see the drawing, say, "Oh, oh my God, no!" But no, I was wrong. Thankfully.
Yeah, they said, how many feet yards apart? What was it they said? How many?
5 meters.
Yeah, 5 meters apart. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of Christmas trees
Right?
to go along a trench. God damn. And by the way, for those of you who don't know this, we still use trench warfare to this day. During the first Gulf War, there were trenches. And it's not gone out of style for warfare.
And in that war that we cannot talk about if we want to have a channel, they are using trenches still.
I do want to point out that I like one thing here is that she when she goes into his office in the background, you see another real person right there. That's, of course, Kaiser Wilhelm. And, of course, that's is he an adjutant general? I can't remember what his rank is. But he's getting ready to he thinks he's gonna Alpha, let me know. He's gonna try to take a piss on her, but she's already gone over his head. And he doesn't know that. And he got approved by the prince. When they call the character the bishop, I immediately flashed to that Monty Python sketch. Everyone I saw was wearing a Glengarry, the standard headgear. Well, they are, but when you see a bunch, 4 guys stand up to play bagpipes, they're wearing tam o' shanters. Those 4 guys that play the bagpipes together are wearing tam o' shanters. And I was wondering if they were like from a specific corps, because they're the only ones wearing tam o' shanters. Because like he says here, where's it at? Is it by Highlanders? Yeah, headgear. Or is it most lowland? Yeah, because they all had that, the black hat with the ribbon around it. And but there were 4 tams, like you're saying here, that stood up and played bagpipes. It's near the end of the movie. Yeah, I had to do a book cover for Dale with a soldier wearing that same uniform right there.
Is it?
And he keeps lying to his mother,
Yeah.
writing these letters.
He's still alive. He's the best of the unit.
Best shot in the. He got 7 men. And it's called a Glengarry. That hat. Or headgear, sorry. There he is. And he looks like an actor who could easily play, I guess we won't get in trouble saying the first name, Adolf. Look at him. Put a little mustache there. You have a Glengarry? So would it be typical that Highlanders would also be pipers? I'm curious about that. The film was nominated at the 78th Academy Awards for Best Foreign Language Film. It's a fictionalized account of an actual event that took place on December of 1914 when Wilhelm, German Crown Prince, sent the lead singer of Berlin Imperial Opera Company on a solo visit to the front line, singing by the tenor Walter Kirchhoff to the 120th and 124th Württemberg. Regiments led Scottish soldiers and their trenches to stand and applaud.
Oof.
Did anybody read the notes I posted?
No.
Of course not.
I had a very, very busy day yesterday.
So I can go through some of my notes here.
See, I have an excuse. I'm a Marine. We can't read.
I remember a fist fight I got into because of Michael making fun of some Marines at another table, saying, he goes, "Look at that. That's unheard of. Marines in a circle."
Ouch.
He says, "I heard that Marines don't know what a circle is, so they'll never circle the wagons." I'm like, God, shut up. And I only, when I say we won the fight, we didn't win the fight. I knocked down 3 guys, jumped into the truck. A guy tried to get in the truck with me, and I hit him with the door. And I shut the door, locked it, and drove out of that parking lot with them angry. And I'm like, we won because we didn't die.
That's brilliant.
Joyous Noel is generally accurate in capturing the spirit and core idea of the spontaneous 1914 Christmas truce, but uses fictional characters and combines various documented events for a single narrative. So these things didn't all happen at the same time or at the same place. All for adding that dramatic flair, like opera singers for the artistic effect, though the core theme of soldiers meeting in no man's land is historically grounded, which some details are embellished during the film. The whole idea of the opera singer starting it is correctly portraying the fraternization, though, the singing, sharing of, and of course, the moment they all collected their dead for burial. So that's what it was like on the Western Front. What is accurate in this film, particularly, is the truce itself. Spontaneous ceasefire did occur on Christmas Eve of 1914, where enemy soldiers met in no man's land, exchanged gifts, sang carols, and buried their dead. Song and music, basically, when it came to the music of the film, music, especially carols, was primary catalyst for these truces, with soldiers singing from their trenches. Humanity amidst war. The film effectively conveys the surreal human moments of connection and shared humanity between enemies, which is a real phenomenon. Special notes that I made are the armchair general, fictionalized characters. The main characters in this movie are based on the types of people involved, but aren't based on any real people. Like I said, the only actor in the movie playing a real person was the prince. Embellished or fictionalized, the opera singer, the dramatic entrance of a famous opera singer, Walter Kirchhoff, initiating the truce with a lit Christmas tree, is cinematic addition. Real events often started more organically than this, sometimes with Germans and without such spectacle. Centralized story of the film merges multiple isolated truces into one event for storytelling purposes. Specific details, like the Scottish sign reading roast beef land, are slight inaccuracies as roast beef referred to English, not Scottish, but highlights the cultural exchange. Overall accuracy, director Christian Carion aimed for emotional and historical truth, stating his film reflects documented events, even if fictionalized, capturing a momentary bubble of peace rather than perfectly precise historical record. It's considered a truthful portrayal of the idea and feeling of the Christmas truce, even with dramatic license, say the armchair general and the erratics that you see with him, just the yelling and shit. A lot of that was done later. And I will tell you that all of these men got in trouble. All of them were dispatched to other locations and were sworn to never talk about what happened. But they did eventually. And it all got out, but much later. And I'm going to tell you, Kruger is one of the most beautiful women on this planet. She really is. Not the, but one of. All right, let me get back to my notes. I wrote a lot of notes, and then you fuckers read them, cocksuckers. In
Oh,
the real
boo-hoo.
historical event of the 1914 Christmas truce, most soldiers and officers did not face severe official punishment, but they were sanctioned for it. Some of them were threatened, threatenings of firing squad and summary court-martial. But they knew they couldn't do it because if they did that, then this story would get out. So what they did do instead of punishing them is like the Germans were sent to the Eastern Front, and which is a punishment, whether you like it or not. Fighting Russians, not a pleasant thing to do. Participants did face, like I just said, they were sent to different locations. And for the Germans, the worst one was to be sent to the Eastern Front. Reassignment of many of the British and German troops was involved in their punishment. They were rotated to other areas, and less desirable areas of the front where live and let live informal truces were less likely to take or have happen again. Reassignment, let's see, official reprimands. One British officer, Colonel Colquhoun, I don't know how to pronounce that last name, Colquhoun, I don't know, was actually court-martialed for approving of a truce with the enemy in a separate 1916 incident, but received only a reprimand, possibly due to a family connections to the prime minister. And who was prime minister? Was it Churchill in World War I too? Because I don't know if he's old enough yet. I should have looked that up when I wrote these notes. Consequences shown in the film. It dramatizes these historical events and consequences for its main characters. For the French officer, he is sent to the brutal sector of the front of Verdun, where some of the war's fiercest fighting occurred. For the Germans, the German participants and their officer are sent to the Eastern Front to fight against Russian forces. For the Scottish Troops Battalion is disbanded as a mark of shame, and their chaplain is rebuked by the bishop for emphasizing humanity over warmongering. Yes, many soldiers survived the First World War. In fact, many of the men that were in this story, the true one, survived. And I'll tell you this without having to read any further. One of the things that fascinated me is quite a few visited their enemy friends after the war.
They stayed in contact.
And I thought that was wonderful.
Lovely. Yeah. Because they are just people. They don't hate each other. It's their government. They're just cannon fodder.
Yeah, I just assumed that it was just as bad because the Russians are fierce warriors. So it was not as bad as it was in World War II. Okay. Not so bad. Thanks for posting that, man. I appreciate it. The Scottish
probably had in
Regiment
World War
film
II
judging
was
for the badges
cool.
displayed. Yeah. Okay.
They went good.
Just displayed on the Glengarry were the Royal Scot Fusiliers on December 20th, 1914, and 2nd Argyll. And then I got to get to the next one. Sutherland Highlands took over in front of the trenches at, I don't know how to say that word. Helplines? Until after Christmas. Nobody going to help me?
If that is a place in France, it's Oublin or something like that.
Until after Christmas. It was widely reported at the time in numerous letters that it was the regiment that arranged to play football match versus the Saxons in a no man's land. And there's a drawing of that. That's one of the drawings I couldn't find. I remember seeing a drawing of them playing football out there. And I'm like, that's amazing. But it's something that they all had in common.
It was something they would have had easily available on the front of just, a soccer ball to kick around.
Actually, apparently it was a priest's head. As one character in All Quiet on the Western Front, 1930, points out, I think it's more of a kind of waiting for the next one to pop in. Oh, that's weird. The Russian front was better because it was more open maneuver warfare, unlike the trenches. Yeah, my grandfather, who was into trenches, actually, my grandfather was the support group behind the Marines during Belleau Wood. And when the Marines were sent back for a little R&R, his unit was the one that was sent up to hold the position for them. And then they would pull back when the Marines came back up. And he said, and I remember this, he said, those Marines were the craziest sons of bitches I've ever seen. He said they'd had their, pro masks on, which what, we call them today. And they had popped out the lenses so they could see to aim. And this isn't at Belleau Wood, this is later because it wasn't until 1915. But the Marines were just so fucking dangerous. And which is why they got that nickname from the Germans, the devil dogs, hellhounds. And the masks don't work if you take the lenses out. It breaks the seal to protect you from the mustard gas. So you can guess that a lot of those guys ended up getting scarring in their lungs from the mustard gas or even dying from it, just so they could see to aim. Fucking Marines, man. And, and I want to point out again that I love Dan Daly saying that, you want to live forever. And a lot of people misunderstand that as meaning like, you're probably going to die. Do you want to live forever? And no, that's not what he was saying. He says, you're Marines. And if what you're doing here is going to make you live forever. My father enlisted to be a corpsman in the Navy in 1918. He was still in recruit training when the armistice happened. Yeah, I was starting to tell that story earlier, and Joe started talking, and I forgot what I was talking about. That was it. That on the armistice day, the sergeant came and told them that at 11 in the morning, a siren would sound, and that's the end of the war. And he goes, so if you've got ammo, use it or lose it. And so he expected them to stay in the trenches. But my grandfather got up and walked out, and all the men followed behind him in his squad. And they walked all the way back to the rear. And my grandfather was a cannoneer. He wasn't meant for trench warfare. He was to be mounted on a fucking cannon, like howitzers shit. And so he walked back there, found one, and by himself, guys just sat down, watched him use every round he could put down range until that siren blared. And then he just walked away back to the rear. And he wanted to kill as many of the Huns as he could. He never let it go. He says, goddamn Huns. I hated him. And he hated him till his death in 1968. Well, where is it? Oh, okay. Yeah, man, that took forever to load. So the last thing, I think it's more of a kind of fever. Nobody wants the war in particular, and yet all at once, here it is. We, the Germans, didn't. The English didn't want it, and here we are fighting. And that's one thing they also talk about in the film. You just brought up the name. All Quiet on the Western
All Quiet.
Yeah, one of the things that's brought up by the sergeant is that the men who want this war should just be made to go out and fight each other, and the one that wins the war.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Stop sending out food for the cannon, or as they call it, cannon fodder. And you guys duke it out yourselves. And it'll never be that way. It'll always be grunts.
Although that is the narrative around World War I, but more generals died during that war than any war previously.
Well, you're talking about on the field generals.
Yeah.
They're a little different. We're talking more of the armchair generals.
Yeah,
guys,
the real high command guys.
Including even leadership above them, whether it be prime minister, Kaiser, or president. It's important. I love this part because they're singing a song, and he begins to play it on the bagpipes.
The whole
And
scene is
overall-
so nice. When the Scots start singing, and then the German guy starts, and then they do it together. It's lovely.
And
And by
overall,
the way, there is a fuck scene in this film, but it was done so well, I wasn't bothered by it. It was important. She, her showing him when she goes to embrace him because I'm covered in lice, she didn't care.
That's true love.
From the least to the Saxon regiments, IR 133 and IR 134 reported playing football matches against the Brits.
Who won?
Were they keeping score? I don't know.
Well, if we're going to take the soccer World Cup history to date, I would think Germans that won.
What?
Germany has more cups than England.
Ah, okay. I'm not
You're
that
German and you don't know that?
Fuck you. I'm not German and I'm not.
Oh, don't forget the French were playing too. We're not even going to mention that. The French, the frogs, the frogs. Look, we have a couple of frogs that are on our channel as members, and they know I love them. And I do love the French. What I have a problem with is Parisians, really. The general fucking snobbiness of French people I've met. And I've run into, in fact, I've run into more Parisians than regular French, countryside French. But the countryside French were the most wonderful people I ever met. And I will say that the poor Parisians that I met were very nice. Although, like one couple I met, I thought they were going to murder each other while I was eating dinner in their restaurant. I swear to God, I have never heard yelling like that. And the woman in the kitchen with a fucking knife in her hand. And I'm like, I don't speak French yet, but I think she wants to kill him. What do you think happened? He goes, he probably slept with someone.
Well, maybe she was complaining that the knife has become dull, and it needed to be sharp.
I'm tired of you giving me dull knives. Yeah, that was the argument. Yeah, Martin.
Now, hearing you say that described most of my experience in the two countries that I have lived. People who live in cities, especially capital cities, are insufferable.
Yeah, well, it's the same shit my grandfather felt, Alpha. My grandfather joined the army at age 16. He lied about his age. And he joined for one reason, really, is to get the money to get his brother out of Boys Town in Chicago, which is called St. Charles. That was the church. And my grandfather, not my dad, my grandfather, when he turned 16, got kicked out because he kept fighting. And what he was fighting for was to protect his little brother. And my uncle, Lon, suffered from piles. And this is like layers of hemorrhoids to where he couldn't sit down.
Nice.
He would always squat. He couldn't sit. And in fact, I have a photo of him, lined up with some of the family. He's squatting in the picture. And he was being RAPED'd in this place. And Grandpa was never clear on it, but it was either the priest doing it or it was a mixture of the priests and some of the bullies. Because that's why he was fighting all the time, was dealing with the bullies trying to pick on his little brother. And then he got kicked out because of the fighting. And he immediately, he took a job at the railroad, working with the horses for loading and unloading. And he walked by a poster about the war, and he went and signed up. And this is, of course, 1918. And he signed up and went over there, and he had some horrific fucking experiences, so much so that he had trouble hunting. because the guns just bothered him. When he was sick and dying, he told all my aunts and uncles and my dad, no honor guard. I don't want another gun fired over my head, even when I'm dead. So they took the promise not to do it, and then he died. And then my aunts took over, and they, of course, went and got the honor guard. And the irony is, and I remember that funeral to this day. The irony is not one round fired. They'd pull the triggers, no rounds.
That sounds to me like, were they in on it? That he didn't want it, so they faked it?
No, they pulled the triggers. And they would reload and then fire again, and then reload and then fire again.
Well, then it was your grandpa saying, I said no.
Well, that's the thing about us, though, Gambit. Americans, by the whole, especially around that period of time, very patriotic. All about standing for your country. Unawares that some of our leadership are fucking cunts and don't give one shit. FWIW 68
For what
princes
it's worth.
and some 9,000 nobles died in the German armed forces in World War I. Of course, Germany had a lot of spare royals and nobles.
Yeah, a large part of both sides of the war, their officer class were all nobility of some variety.
Yeah, you had some decent men. Now, I know, didn't Eisenhower serve in World War I? And I think Patton did too. He was
Yeah, Eisenhower and Patton were both junior officers under Douglas MacArthur.
Yep. Good old Douglas MacArthur. God, what a pompous ass.
Right.
General Patton did not like him on a very personal level.
Nobody
served
really
with him,
liked him.
had to deal with him, did not like him. He did not think he was a good leader.
Well, because he wasn't.
Oh, this is it right here. Here's the payoff. The German officer found the French officer's wallet. And because he asked him his address, and he gave his address, and he says, that is you. And he gives him the wallet back. And then it begins to be hinted here, and then again later, if I stay alive, maybe we should meet up.
Yeah,
have some wine.
The sweet thing is that the German officer is fluent in French because he has a French wife. Because when the French guy compliments him on his French, because your French is way better than my German, he says, well, you don't have a German wife. And of course, Daniel Brühl is fluent in French because part of his family is French. He also speaks English.
By the way, she's
Catalan.
And she's fluent in several languages too. Kruger.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
her French is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And she was born in Germany, and she's perfect with her English. And sadly, she doesn't speak Scottish.
From what I've experienced.
Thank you, Pope, for getting the joke.
From what I've experienced, Germans especially speak better English than most native English speakers.
Do you mean Germans?
Depends on the age. Really depends on the age, because my dad's generation, they didn't really have much English at school. Mine, yeah.
See, you're admitting that you're a German.
Although we had a great moment during a NATO exercise where, a couple of German troops were complaining about how it's like, oh, well, I don't understand why we have to speak English for this exercise. And one of the Brits walks by and just goes, because you lost the fucking war.
Both.
It was just
But the British shouldn't be saying too much, because they and the French are why World War II took place.
Yeah.
If they had let us help them with the treaty, the final treaty, the Germans wouldn't have gone into depression. To where I remember when I was in 6th grade learning that it took a barrel full of money to buy a single loaf of bread in Germany because of what the French and English did. The Japanese had a similar philosophy during World War II, with the duty of a samurai is to commit suicide. Yep. Whoops. Said the word. On the U.S.
Yeah.
side, I would note that Harvard's military record in World War I is 1,142 pages in length. I imagine Harvard in the War on Terror would be a pamphlet. Yeah, you got that right. Or a single card. It's like, no, they won't do it. And I'm referring to the kamikaze. Of course you are. And I still will never forget that kamikaze joke by Cheech and Chong, where it says, "Before we drink the ceremonial sake juice to go on our mission to kill the enemy with our lives, are there any questions? Yes, you in the back. Yeah, are you fucking crazy?"
Well, I mean, it's like the wisdom that the kamikaze instructor passed down to his students. Pay very close attention. I'm only going to do this once.
I like that. Good. I do find this really beautiful. Those trees up on the edge of the trenches, day before killing people.
The higher ups were very pissed with the amount of trees they had to send to the front because it cost a lot of money.
You can tell they're very annoyed. Now that almost makes it look right there. This one shot right here, because there are a lot of fucking men there at that time, and all of them probably seeing that girl going, "Holy shit, she is hot."
Right?
Because she grunts, man. We like looking at women.
I mean, literally, probably half of the conversations that were happening around that was, "I'd hit that."
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Isn't to die for your country; it's to get the other sumbitch to die for his country. Yeah, that's Patton, man. By the way, Alpha, I'll see if I can find it again. I got to listen to a recording of the real speech that he gave that day. Very close in meter. Very good. And it's wild to hear Patton's voice because it is high pitched.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a woman by any measure, but he does not have that kind of voice like George C. Scott. So George C. Scott should have been Patton. And if you didn't know, he was a Marine.
Yep.
George C. Scott served in the Marine Corps.
And
I always pay attention to that. Who served?
My personal favorite speech is still Chesty Puller at Chosin in Korea, where it's like, they're to the left of us, they're to the right of us, they're in front of us, they're behind us. Good, the bastards can't get away from us now.
We got him right where we want him. Chesty was something else. What a dude.
Well, anytime you're talking about a guy who won 5 Navy Crosses, that's a pretty big accomplishment.
Yeah, because that's pretty high awards. Because they were limited to how many Medal of Honors they could give out to a single soldier. And so they had to find other medals to give him for shit that deserved the Medal of Honor.
Well, I mean, there was a tradition at the time that officers weren't awarded the Medal of Honor, so he was never awarded one. 2 of those Navy Crosses should have been Medals of Honor.
Medal of Honors. Yeah, no question about it. Because you look back at Dan Daly, he got what, 2?
Yeah, he got 2 and lived through both attempts.
Yep, but then the Marine Corps said, we can't give him any more Medal of Honor.
It wasn't even the Marine Corps. Congress said that.
Congress said it.
The Marine Corps put him up for it, and Congress was like, no, we can't give him a 3rd medal.
Yeah, we're done with that shit. He's going to get a big head. Thinks he's more than the Marine Corps. Okay, so let me get back to some of my notes. Survival and the truce. It wasn't universal that the Christmas tree truce was a spontaneous event that happened in parts of the Western Front, not everywhere, and wasn't repeated because commanders quickly quashed it the minute they found out. Most fought on. The truce ended and the war continued for years, leading to, for 4 more years, and leading to massive casualties, but many soldiers did survive to see the end of the war. Last truce participant was Alfred Anderson, a veteran of the 1914 truce, lived to be 109 years old, dying in 2005, proving individuals from that era survived. And the movie, its focus. So, Joyous Noel The film depicts a fictionalized account of the 1914 truce, showing soldiers from the German, French, and Scottish units sharing Christmas music football before resuming hostilities and killing each other. And there's even a joke within the film about that. We can kill each other tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, go back to trying to kill each other tomorrow.
And the casualties in World War I were crazy. Apparently, because after the war, there was a common pattern of girls who were like in their late teens marrying guys in their 30s, and people who would raise an eyebrow at that. It's like, well, all the guys their age are fucking dead for entire towns. Because
it's so true.
Especially in England, they would recruit a unit all out of the same area, and there was one unit from, I think, Devon that was killed to a man in the Somme, and they literally had to sit down the women and townsfolk just like until the boys are gone, and when they asked which ones, they're all of them. Literally every man between the ages of 17 and 40 died in one day.
God damn. So I wanted to show you guys something here. See if I can save the image. While I'm doing this, this is part of the fiction of the film, is that it highlights on a real event, but combines different stories to show humanity in the wartime, even though many characters in this film are fictional, and some of them faced real tragedy. So while the truce was a beautiful moment, the grim reality of World War I meant immense loss. But many soldiers did live to tell their tales and survive this conflict. And those who participated in the 1914 Christmas truce survived the war as well, with the last known participant, as I said, being Alfred Anderson. Those who survived, again, were Alfred Anderson for Scotland, Louis Barthas, who is French, Bertie Felsted, who's British for the fucking German last name. And after the truce, while some of the sectors saw brief ceasefires, fighting resumed sometimes forcefully as commanders disliked this fraternization. Punishments that occurred, soldiers, as I said, who refused to fight or caught fraternizing, often faced harsh consequences, like being sent to more dangerous fronts. And I'm not sure when they found out about this shit, because command did, all the countries absolutely quashed any discussion of this, which is why they show a scene in the film where you see some of the command officers reading letters home about this shit.
And people don't talk about that either very much, that officers would censor the mail of soldiers' letters home and cut out parts that were not. They didn't, and it is in this film, Pope, that is mentioned in the film, because they did not want to, they asked the Germans to send their letters home because they didn't trust their own military post.
The field post, no. They preferred the Red Cross to handle the letters because the Red Cross didn't care. They were busy on opposites.
Yeah. They're trying to help save lives. Now, while military high commands quickly forbade large-scale truces after 1914, the spontaneous acts of peace showed soldiers weren't just enemies, but men with families that shared experiences, a sentiment that echoed in many soldiers' lives even after the war. So I thought that was neat.
And it's really true, too, that this is one of the last wars where you see that camaraderie between soldiers, regardless of nation. That we realize we're all just dudes fighting for our nation, and we could just as easily be on the same side tomorrow.
Now, where you would see some of that later after World War II as well is like some of the men from the 82nd and 101st later would meet with some of the German soldiers they fought against. But the biggest area you see in World War II were men that were aviators, pilots. And they would meet with, like, one of my favorite stories is this B-17 is disabled and it's trying to get back home. And this German Luftwaffe pilot instead of shooting him down, waved off the other planes and then followed that plane until it reached the ocean and protected it.
Yep. And the funny part is too, I've heard some stories of that camaraderie from volunteers I know who went over to fight with the Peshmerga in Syria, where they would, start talking to some of their fellow fighters, just like soldiers do, and this fact would come up that they'd served in Iraq, and they'd be like, "Oh, well, they'd start talking about their experiences, and they realized they were on the opposite side of the same fight."
I'm sorry to back it up. I saw the fucking guy in the tartan. I mean, in the no, the I just forgot the name of the fucking cap. The Scottish cap.
Tammy?
Yeah. Here, hold on. I think it's one of the next shots. And I'm wondering if they are specifically, they are from the Highlands, but I wonder if they are the pipers who march with them during the battle or into battle. Finally gets his burial here, his brother. And then again, he climbs down in there with him. And it's weird.
He is broken.
I guess that's what he's ready for blood. He wants blood for his brother's death. He can't see past it. And the blood he ends up getting is fucking French.
Yep.
Oh, that was kind of cool. It looked like a magic trick that guy just showed up next to her.
And like Gambit saying in the comments, a lot of guys who participated in this were punished for it very severely.
Yeah. The worst ended up not happening, where the Germans were ready to shoot if it had just been a handful, but it was like 200 men. And so he says, we can't very well shoot 200 men.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, okay, if it's one or two, we can get away with it, but no, not that many.
She wants him to lead with her.
Yeah. And what she doesn't understand is he's already broken the law by going there. He's considered AWOL.
Yep.
Where is he? Back in the fucking trenches. So it's kind of hard to punish him. And I just think that's fucking funny. And it was the French, by the way, that were going to shoot them. Not the Germans. It was the French, because then you find out that French commander is the father of the lieutenant.
Lesja?
That was a call.
Oh.
This is where he gives her the letters
Thank you.
to post from Germany. And her character in this isn't German, she's Dutch.
With a Swedish name.
Right, yeah. This is them playing football. And one of the weirdest moments during this film is when that one German's like, yelling at the Scottish guy, come here, and he starts to walk towards him. He's got a fucking knife in his hand. And that German realized, well, I will go my way now. And he turns around and starts walking away from him.
But he's the only one. He's the only one not being at the field mass, and the German guy walks away because he's not that interested, and he sees the other lonely guy and wants to share his drink with him. But he's not in a party mood.
Yep. So I'm going to pause this just for a second, just so we show this. This is the monument in my childhood hometown in Charleston, Illinois. I didn't spend a lot of time there, usually going there just to see my grandma and my grandfather. And This is a historic location too, because oddly, Charleston, Illinois, there was a Civil War battle here, and there is a cannonball stuck in the side of the building. That's a landmark, and but this is the statue from World War One, and I used to believe that that was my grandpa, the statue of my grandpa, because it looked like my grandpa, and it shows a sailor and a doughboy. Even though they were Marines, apparently they were considered part of the Navy. So I guess that's all you got for the Marines there in Charleston. But it's really cool. It has the names of every man from Charleston that was killed in World War I. So thankfully, not that many.
Although, I mean, we didn't take that many losses during World War One, but when you think of the fact that we were only really heavily involved for like 6 months.
Yeah, we came in and we ended the war for them. And that's why the British and the French said, you have no part in our treaty. And we're like, okay. So we didn't get to say anything at Versailles.
But the reality of the situation is the war ended because the Germans could just about fight the French and the British to a standstill. What they couldn't
and also
do
I want to
was keep
point
up
out,
with the hundreds of thousands of fresh troops we were pouring into the front every month.
yeah, pouring into the front, literally. So I got to point out, though, that part of the problem is we had a shitty president, Woodrow Wilson, just a piece of shit as a president.
One of the worst presidents in history.
Yes. And he's the one, because we had already desegregated the military. And then when he became president, he resegregated it. He was a racist piece of shit. He's the president who also allowed the movie to premiere in the United States at the White House. You know what movie that was?
Yeah, Birth of a Nation.
Birth of a fucking Nation. Yeah, go look it up. It's fucking crazy, dude. That dude was a big time racist. He hated black people. And so he resegregated the army. He felt they were beneath white people and shouldn't serve alongside them. And I'm not kidding.
That is fucking.
You know, he like, as racist as people think some of our presidents were, he absolutely was.
Yep. Oh, what's this? That's interesting.
And the funniest part is
her character's Danish. Sorry.
The funniest part is the other most well-known racist president was actually Abraham Lincoln.
Really?
Oh yeah, if you read some of the stuff he said before the war, oh yeah, he was not a fan.
Okay, I'm going to pause here for a moment to allow our in-house cat lady to point out one of the most important characters in this movie and what one officer said about him at the end of the film.
You mean Felix the cat?
Felix.
Unless
I love that.
Depends on the trench you ask.
Yeah, like the Frenchman's like, no, his name is Nestor. He lives at this farm. The German's like, no, Felix. It's so fucking funny.
Typical cat behavior.
And then as he goes walking off at the end, wandering off back to the farm, I think it was a German officer that says, shoot that cat for treason.
Yeah. Because the cat
it was the French. The French
was it?
The French general told to his son, and I have been ordered to arrest a cat because he was it was being used to pass notes.
Like you could
so
make a cat
funny.
do that.
And that's one of those lines that's so stupid it could only be in the military, of just like,
Right.
this is the most retarded thing I've ever heard, and yet it's completely
And you have to see the face of the guy saying, "I have to arrest a cat." With that expression of "What the fuck."
And like, I love the look on his face too, where he just has that look of, yes, I know how stupid what I just said sounds, but it's my job, so now I have to do it.
Right.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, yeah, we kicked the Germans' ass, okay, but the fact is, they had an upper hand quite a few times in that war, but because of some of the shit they did, which we also participated in after they did it, chemical warfare, it was outlawed. Never do that shit again. And so, oh yeah, Woodrow Wilson praised that movie.
Yeah.
He says, that's the real story. And I'm like, look, there is some truth in it. The carpetbaggers, just fucking awful people. And but the whole anti-black sentiment of that movie and the invention of the Ku Klux Klan, because that's at the center of the movie, being created were heroes.
Yeah.
And by the way, he was a Democrat, Woodrow Wilson.
Funny how they tend not to mention that.
Well, he was a Dixiecrat. They have a name. There were specific Democrats who were very Southern and very racist, all the way to Where It Stands, Paths of Glory. Yep. A very good film, by the way. I like that movie.
Yeah, it's a very good movie.
A dog or a bird would pass the note. A cat would just drop it. Like, what is that? Get off me.
A cat would fillet you when you try to tie a letter to her.
Right.
Yeah, let's say, what the fuck are you doing? Stop that. I don't like that kind of touching. Oh, yeah, they're fuckheads. And the bad thing is Dixiecrats gave Southerners a bad name.
Yep.
Because some of the greatest people I've ever fucking met were in the South. I spent most of from age 8 to adulthood until I left in at the age of 26. I'm Southerner.
One thing I find hilarious too is that, even though the South was way more quote unquote racist openly, it was actually worse to be black in some places in the North because they were treated far worse.
Oh, yeah, no shit. They would often be sold back to the South.
I mean, even after slavery was ended, apparently New Jersey was one of the worst places to be black in America, even into the 1960s.
Look, New Jersey is an awful place.
It's like, New Jersey's just New Jersey.
Nothing's
it sucks all the time.
Yeah, nothing's changed. It's still a crap hole. A dog or oh yeah, I saw that. Go back to this. Their relative ineffectiveness rather than any legal prohibition is probably why chemical weapons have not seen widespread use since World War One. Well, I know that with the first Gulf War, we were prepped to deal with chemical warfare. We had all the updated MOP gear. But then I turned to my team and I told them, I said, this also may be a fruitful bit of gear because he uses corrosive chemicals. So these won't save us.
And we knew they had chemical weapons because we sold them to them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the corrosives were the ones that I was scared of. Nothing scared me until I found out they had the corrosive chemical agents. And then I'm like, holy shit, I want no part of that. I'm like, holy shit, I'm going to have to do this. Oh, but then he didn't use one fucking thing. He was terrified.
I think he realized exactly what would happen to him if he did.
Oh, we would have made it a giant crater. His palace or wherever he was at. We would have blown him off this planet.
And yes, 11 Alpha. That is absolutely true.
Why are New Yorkers so depressed? Because the light at the end of the tunnel is New Jersey. Oh my God, I fucking love that. I'm going to remember that one. Thank you, Alpha. Thank you so much for that.
Oh, it's literally true, too. Come out the other end of the Lincoln Tunnel. It's like, I left the city and I'm in Newark. Oh.
It's like, I would actually update that to be, why are New Yorkers so depressed and angry all the time?
Funny, we just did that yesterday, Gary. Shit on countries.
Oh, yeah.
Remember? Come to Poland. Your car's already here.
Your car's already here. I love that one because there's so many fucking carjackings over there. Can you give these to the Red Cross? Yes, he's making sure that these letters get out. I like that. In all this rubbing elbows and helping each other pissed off their commands. And here we see if the Ethel Merman shoot the cat, then nobody else is going to have one. Yeah, but it was actually, I was corrected. It was the French. Thank God it wasn't Koreans. Thank you again, Pope, for being the one that got my joke. There's always one.
I think
Why
Pope
are-
is just laughing at everything you say, Gary.
Well, he knows how fucked up what I just said is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they would have eaten it.
What also
Yeah.
doesn't apply to the Chinese?
What?
So that joke would also apply equally well to the Chinese.
Oh, to the Chinese, yeah. I don't know if they do it in Thailand, but I've heard of that shit in the Philippines, Guam, and what was the other one? Was it Vietnam?
Dude, I don't
it might be
care.
Vietnam.
We have sagacious sakes here.
Hey,
Six,
That's
Hi.
what matters.
Oh, well, I feel sad for you. Good to see you. True story. A German left his cell in his car at the mechanics. When he went to retrieve it, he was told the car was in Hungary. Go to work. Oh my God. And by the way, the reason why the Germans were called Huns is because our war was with a mixture of Germany and Hungary, and it's for some reason they just got called by the Hun or called the Huns by the American troops. Now I don't know if that's true about the English, the French, or the British, I should say, or the French, but the Americans, we refer to them as the Huns.
No, the Brits refer to them as Krauts. I know that.
Which we eventually started calling them too later by World War II. The Jerrys and the Krauts were the two common nicknames during World War II. So are you having a good day today, Six? It's good to see you. It really is.
I hope she considers doing another stream.
He is said the last time she was going to do it again, and she wanted me to join, which is so nice. I love hanging out with Six. Ian Richardson here is just so fucking good in this role, but his character is such an asshole. He is an absolute warmonger, and choosing war over your Lord and Savior. Like, come on, man. Bad Christian, bad. And I remember a story of my grandfather. He wouldn't go to mass because of the shit that happened at Boys Town, St. Charles, before he joined up. And he went into town and stole some wine and some bread, baguettes, and brought them back for his team. And they were inside of an old, destroyed schoolhouse. And there was a piano laying on its side. And they didn't care. None of them played piano. So they're just sitting in there. And he says, Father's giving out wine and bread today, so I thought I'd do the same with you boys. And he passed out the wine and bread to his team. And they had a really good meal. And then MPs came up and told them to get the fuck out of that building. And took it from them. And so they left. And as they're walking down the road to find another place to kick back, one of my grandfather's, I keep saying dad, my grandfather's friends said, "Hey, Evie," because that was his nickname. His name was Everett, but everybody called him Evie. They said, "Hey, Evie, did you tell the MPs about the piano?" He goes, "Nope." And they got about 200 yards away and it exploded. And all those MPs were killed. My grandfather didn't give a shit. He didn't like the MPs. That's the kind of person my grandfather was.
Did he rig
Fuck
the
with
piano or was it already set up?
No, it was rigged when they came in.
Okay.
It was a booby trap left for them. And they didn't fall for it. They knew what it was. But he did not tell the MPs who were being assholes. Yeah, I wrote this entire story as a screenplay. It's called The Bastard's Drum, because my grandfather ended up in a bastard's brigade made up of a bunch of fucking soldiers that were displaced, because he was, like I said, a cannoneer. He graduated from in Oklahoma at Fort Sill or Camp Sill. I think it was Camp Sill then. Alpha, you would know. I have spent months walking the battlefields of Verdun over the years. I bet that was something else, man. Knowing that blood was shed somewhere you walked.
I mean, Verdun's one of the bigger places, but you can still see shell craters from where No Man's Land was.
Well, you know, it's very similar to me growing up in Fredericksburg, Virginia, because every place there was a battlefield. And
yeah, Winchester's like that too, where there were 3 major battles just fought over this one town.
So when we first moved into Forest Village Apartments, we went for a walk, my dad and I, through the woods, just checking out the landscape. And we found trench after trench out there. And we would find broken pieces of cannonballs. We'd find old bullets from the period, which it's a large one. I would say it's like 50 caliber. It's fucking huge. They're big, and they had these.
The standard of the
They
time
had
was
these
58.
rings.
So
Yeah, they had the rings around them, and they looked like rock. To be honest with you, it was just simply they were so aged. And I remember finding one in a tree, and I didn't want to do it, but I ended up taking my knife and cutting it open so I could get this round out. And Dad was like, "You want to go down and sell it to the history store?" And I'm like, "No, I want to keep these." Are you kidding? So for like all the way up into my 40s, man, I had a little chunk of round cannonball that was, bent backward wherever it separated on the edges, and I had a ton of Civil War bullets. And I even found from the Revolutionary War a musket round.
Yep.
Round thing, and it was like egg shaped when I found it. It had either struck a person or a tree and then landed on the ground and laid there for
soft lead
200 years for me to find it.
Yeah, those old soft lead bullets do really funny things when they hit stuff.
Yep.
And then, of course, you have that famous.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
you went to high school in Winchester, Virginia. You grew up around some battlegrounds.
Yeah, I mean that's where I live right now. But the funny part is, when people ask me if I'm from here, I say, well, I was born in Winchester, because it is. My birth certificate is from Winchester, Massachusetts.
Oh, Massachusetts. Okay. This is a great scene because it's during this scene you learn that this command officer is his fucking dad, because he lets him know, I'm a father. I have a son. And suddenly the officer turns and he's his dad. It's a great scene.
Well, I knew it from the beginning. The first conversation they had, this has to be his dad.
Interesting. I didn't catch that.
Well, I didn't.
Yeah, they were talking too familiarly, and a lieutenant couldn't talk like that to a general, no matter how good friends they are. And that thing of when he first appeared, he says, "I'm here secretly. No, nobody can know that I'm here. Why? That has just to be a personal relationship. So this must be the father."
Well, I know I figured it out when he turned. And when he turned, I'm like, he's his dad. So fuck you for being smarter than me on that. Because I really didn't catch that. Oh my God, during this show, 40 fucking emails in my inbox while doing this show. This is fucking annoying.
Well, you're getting newsletters from everyone.
The problem is I buy from so many different people, and I do want to know what they have on sale. Because I like paying less than normal because I'm cheap. I'm thrifty. There we go. I just deleted like 38 fucking emails and kept 2, both of them from Mark Center. So we've still got no notification about a show tonight. So I'm getting a little weirded out by that.
It's Christmas. I doubt he's doing one.
So are you telling me that the harmonica is only like purchased in America? So he knew to destroy this thing?
That was so weird.
Don't they have harmonicas overseas? Overseas, I heard they were called mouth organs.
The German
one of my
word is
favorites.
Mundharmonika.
So why would he crush that? I couldn't understand that.
I don't
Like-
know. Angry at
And I'm like,
music in
yeah.
general, maybe.
I don't know. That's just really weird that he did that. Sad too, because
Well,
man, good harmonica.
in this movie, not in the real thing, but in this movie, it was the singers that brought up the whole thing. So maybe he's just angry at music in general.
Yeah, them playing music. So that's probably it. But I'm like, was it American? Why did he break that? But yeah, I think you're right. I think it's just simply enough of your festivities.
Yeah, and then when
We're
the train
soldiers.
advances, they are singing, and he again puts a scowl.
Oh
on his
yeah,
face
that
of,
look on his
"Okay,
face is
music."
Oh,
great.
he's so angry. Yeah.
You can't take our voices. I like that one. Tim is here. What's up, Tim? Got a
Yes.
video?
By the way, yeah, I had it ready. Here you go.
There's some pictures of civilian casualties.
Fuck you, Tim.
Being late. How dare you?
Show, but I liked it at the same time.
And we have this one.
Finally, so let me get back to this comment from Tim. One of the reasons we are going to get to where my great granddad, my father's granddad, was at in World War I in 1918. Hopefully, we get to the places he was. I hope so. I think it's a good idea to go do that. And that's one of the things while my dad and I were over there, we traveled all over France and went to some of the locations, including Bella Wood. That's what I mean about the shells. You had perhaps 1 or 9 chances of survival outsmarting the enemy. What's this? Definitely go to Demont if you can. Ancestry. Land. Yeah, here we go. This is the final moment. Okay, fuck you, Alpha. I already looked ahead to see what you said. I love these drawings.
Yes, I kept all of them. I knew you would like it.
They're wonderful.
I really liked them. That drawing he did of his wife, I don't know who drew that. That's a really good drawing. Get back up there. We had a group of former U.S., British, Australian, French, and German soldiers who would get a compound and visit the battlefields during the day and get drunk at night. Okay. And then he says, Gary would know about a mouth organ, mouthing an organ. You dickhead. I like that one.
Is
Rim
he wrong?
shot. Hey, rim job is not the same thing. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
So Saturday, a friend of mine who I have not seen in person since 2012 and whose life is saved in 2016 when she was I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Come by my work and I got to meet her son for the first time. That's wonderful, buddy. Seriously, that's wonderful. I'm glad that happened because I know the story behind that. Drawings, as the British say. The British can't fucking talk, man. Drawings. Like, fuck off. She calls me her little brother for what I did for her. No, you really helped her, man. Tim's sent me a lot of information about the story you're talking about. I don't want to speak out of turn, so I won't say what it's about, but it's a wonderful story that what happened.
He told it in the chat. That was a while ago.
A while back ago?
Yeah, I know how to talk. I'm not
Probably.
your retarded daughter.
A while back ago. My daughter said that to me one time, and I went, "What did you just say to me?" And she goes, "Oh, a while back ago." Please don't ever say that way ever again. It's a while ago. Adding the back is completely not necessary. The main words, a while ago. That's it. That's all you need to say. Back ago makes you sound like you're illiterate or
There
something.
you go. Look, they even draw the cat.
Of course.
Oh yeah, I love the cats in there. That is great.
Going to the German trench.
Traveling back and forth between the two,
Yeah.
and then back to the farm.
Yeah.
And I love that story. I love this movie. I really did. I had never seen it before. I knew about it, but I never watched it because, I usually wasn't too interested in stories like this that were tiny films because they usually end up being really badly made. And so I just was afraid it was going to be a terrible movie. And I didn't want to see it solely for that reason. And then somebody finally told me, no, this is a great fucking movie. You need to watch it. I think they sent it to me last year. And I'm like, I'm going to have to do this film. So finally, we did it. And I'm glad I watched this movie. I liked it a lot. I would like to know what you guys think. If you've seen the movie, please let us know what you thought. You can give us a score. I usually do, like when I did my reviews, it was 5 potatoes. And I graded them with potatoes because I was a couch potato critic. And I even had a little drawing that they would put at the top of my reviews of a giant potato. I can't talk today. Anyway, giant potato with eyes that I drew as a joke. And apparently Paul, my senior editor and really editor-in-chief, he liked it so much he told me to put it in with and I'm the only guy that worked for that magazine that had a logo with their title.
Anima?
Schönes Kätzchen.
Schönes Kätzchen. Yeah, that's very German though. No Austrian would say Kätzchen.
Yeah, but what does it says?
Pretty cat. Pretty kitty, actually. Kätzchen.
Yeah, you got to remember, Alpha, she speaks high German. She's above the Germans.
I'm not above the Germans, but I speak Austrian, so.
You are so above the Germans that I forgot what I was going to say, but Ethel Merman.
No.
He
I
was
love
going to
that.
say something naughty, and his brain opted out of it.
No,
We're not doing that,
was
Gary.
I was going to make a lame joke that led to Ethel Merman. Then I went, fuck it, I'm just going to say Ethel Merman.
Okay. It makes you feel better.
Oh, they're below the Germans.
On a map, yeah. Only on a map.
And Austria is still pissed that Germany claimed Bavaria.
Oh, yeah.
So the next major war in Europe will be Austria wanting Bavaria back.
And or Bavaria wanting to get with Austria.
Yeah. Well, first of all, they also speak High German there, and but
no,
the first
they speak Bavarian dialect, but it's one.
I wanted to see how you reacted when I said it, to whether you would be able to tolerate me. And like one of the first things I ever said to you was that. What did I say to you? I said,
you asked me, are you
you're
German?
from Vienna. She says, I'm from Vienna. And I said, oh, the Bavaria of Europe or of Austria. And you just went, what did you just say to me? I knew it kind of annoyed you, but you fucking stuck around afterward.
Well, what annoyed me was the first thing after finally getting away from looking for my message, because I was already in the studio and everybody was like, she's here, dude, stop looking for it. The first thing you say to me is, are you German? And I'm like, oh, great.
Well, some could mistake the accent for German, which is what I did. I'm just like, because I knew you were Germanic with the way you spoke. So just say thank you and move on.
No, I will never say thank you for asking me about German.
I love. I never got to go to Bavaria. It's one of the places I've always wanted to go. I wanted to go to Vienna. I wanted to go to shit. I just forgot the name where they had the Olympics.
Oh, you want to go to the shed? That's your
No, what's the city with the
prerogative.
Olympics? In Austria?
What city?
Innsbruck. I've always wanted to go to Innsbruck.
Oh,
And,
you're not going to like the language there. Tyrolean dialect is one of the worst.
Oh, really? Farmer, rural.
Very,
Vienna.
very hard.
Oh, hard. I don't like.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like about a lot of the German accents because they speak. It's so ugly, and so I've always said I don't like the German.
Tyrolean
accent.
sounds like if you would try to speak like that, you would break your tongue and the roof of your mouth.
Have you ever seen the video? By this to you, Anima. Video by Heimstendamisch.
Heimatdamisch. No, I don't even know what.
Oh, that's not an S; it's an A. I have trouble reading sometimes. These glasses
Welcome
are not
to
as
my
strong as
life.
they should be.
That's
why you see me lean in. I'm trying
I
to
have
see
not
what it's
seen
saying.
anything by them, but I can guarantee you I'll probably understand them. I'm pretty good. I even understand Swiss people, unless they go full on Schweizerdeutsch.
Yeah, the problem with the Swiss is their language is holy.
Really?
Hey, I'm not taking it back. I fell down a mountain near Innsbruck. A lot of those Soviet films from pre-World War II are interesting. Look, man, Sergei Einstein is one of my favorite film directors of all time. The Battleship Potemkin, as you bring up right here, it's a fucking amazing film. I know it's a propaganda film. It's an amazing film nonetheless, which is why I've told people, if you give me propaganda or whatever, at least make it entertaining. Make it stunning. And I'll fucking watch it. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to believe in your politics, but I will watch your fucking movies. And that's my problem with woke. Woke removes quality when you make it woke. You remove all the quality from the storytelling. And that's why woke entertainment isn't entertainment. It is anti-entertainment.
I had to be devil's advocate here. There at
Who?
least one woke movie.
Who's advocate? I didn't hear that. What?
Gary's advocate. There's
Gary's advocate. That's right, because I'm the devil.
there's one movie that kind of does it well, and it's Elysium. That movie is woke as fuck, but it's entertaining.
I don't know what you're talking about. So I was reading this. Heimatdamisch, God, that's a hard word, are a Bavarian dialect band.
Oh, no problem understanding them. I love Bavarian dialect. And I thought so, because Damisch is something the Bavarians say.
See, some of those World War II German films are interesting. No, the female director that worked on those, she was good, man. She, from what I've read, she wasn't. And I'm wondering, you might know about this, Alpha, that she did not share the beliefs, but she was really good at depicting it on film. Of the what's the word I'm looking? The German. What did Himmler call it? Aryan, the Aryan films. And they're still really good films, but man, they're scary because what's behind them. But I'll watch them because they're very well made. What was her name? Famous female German Ethel Merman director. World War II. Get her fucking name. Leni Riefenstahl. That was it.
Leni Riefenstahl.
Yeah, she is
God bless her.
amazing filmmaker.
Fuck off, Matthias.
Yeah, God bless you. It really, the way you said it sounded like a sneeze.
I just say her name, and her name is Riefenstein. It's not my fault.
Bless you.
Thank you. Gary, you have an appointment, so we should probably wrap.
Yeah, it's in about 40 minutes. So yeah,
Wrap around.
get on with it.
Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper. Hey, you did an Arnold in front of everybody.
Yeah.
I've done that before. I just don't do it often.
Yeah, that's who it is, Gambit. That's who we're talking about. And she's an amazing filmmaker. Alpha said it too. Thank you, bud. Thank you both. Just an amazing film work. And as I recall, didn't she come to America?
I think so.
Yeah, there's a documentary about her too. It's called The Wonderful, Horrible Life of Leni Riefenstahl.
Riefenstein.
Yeah, whatever. That's how it's spelled to me. It's
not. It's
Stop.
not. The I comes before the E. Learn to read.
So Riefenstahl.
Yeah.
Well, I got to tell you something about that I before E shit. They're mispronounced all the fucking time. Diesel. You know.
Spelled the same way.
And then you
I
turn
in
right
front
around
of E.
and then you say friend. Look, I'm telling you, language is not consistent. So
You just compare German to English. That doesn't work.
Well,
I'm American. I'm judging it as an American. So
They both Germanic languages, so
Disney asked Leni to come to Hollywood. That's what it was. I knew there was something to do with that. That she went. She was invited to go to Hollywood, and I don't know if she ever took them up. She's a fascinating character in history. She had a close relationship with Marlene Dietrich. In fact, I heard
they were all
close.
friends.
No, a close relationship.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Because that was one of the rumors I heard about those two. Her technical skills were well regarded. George Lucas even cribbed them for awards ceremony in Star Wars. She was pretty much a good one. Yeah, she wasn't a believer, true believer. She just, that's where I live. This is home. And I'm being asked by my government to do this. And even TCM in their 2003 remembers put Leni. Oh, that's really good.
Oh, look who decided to show.
Right as we're getting out here.
Oh, he just woke up. Pushes the button and we're on his TV.
Merry Christmas, Wade.
Oh, Bakalakadaka.
Sander is the other one arriving late. Oh my God. And making demands. Okay.
Yeah.
You will get your video.
Happy Christmas to you too, buddy.
But it's not here. Let's see. Here we go.
I've got 5 terrace going southeast on Bakalakadaka Street.
There you go, buddy. That's your Christmas gift there this year. That's all you're getting because you're a bad boy. You're lucky to get coal. We're going to get out of here, guys. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. We had Snorty, Gambit, Penny, 11 Alpha, 6 popped in, Tim, and of course, Sander Hammerschlag and Wade. I want to appreciate you guys showing up. It's always nice to see you again. We don't get to see you again before Christmas. Merry Christmas, you guys. We will be back on Wednesday to do another Christmas film.
And we're doing the watch along tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Tomorrow night, we're going to be doing a watch along of Fat Man with Mel Gibson as Santa Claus.
Looking forward to that.
3 p.m. Central.
That's
Yeah.
mañana. Mañana. Mañana is good enough for me. Everybody. All right. We're out of here, guys.
I'll
We'll
pass.
see you later.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
See you later.
Don't come back now, you hear?
Matt Damon.